What's up guys, Brandon here myself, oarfishing. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So before we start, I just want to say we're going to be back on the upload grind. Every Tuesday and Friday I'll be uploading. So before we start, make sure you follow me on Instagram, link in the description, and that's my username right there. And let's get started. 25 tips to help you become a better fisherman. Let's go. Tip number 1, don't expect a giant or a fish on every cast. Bass are, I wouldn't say they're really hard to catch, but they're one of those fish that you can either get really lucky with or catch nothing, you know? So don't expect a 5-pounder on every cast. Don't expect a fish every cast, you know? If you cast out and you don't catch it on that cast, then cast again. Keep trying until you get them. Number 2, this especially applies if they're smaller fish, let them eat. I see so many people fishing, you know, topwater frogs, as soon as they get that blow up, boom, they set the hook. Let them eat. You will land so much more fish. I usually use the rule of 5. 5 seconds, then set. If you, like, are fishing a yum dinger and you cast it out, you know, if you feel that start to go, you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, reel in, and set. Because, you know, with the yum dinger, which is what I fish a lot, you know, in a wacky rig Senko, you gotta let them eat. That's probably my most important tip. If you want to catch more fish, you're getting a lot of bites, you're not landing them, let them eat. Number 3, find your confidence baits. Now, a confidence bait is something that you love to fish and it just works. So my confidence baits are a wacky rig Senko and a watermelon flake Ned rig with a white jig head. Now, these are the baits that I mainly fish, and I want to get out of the habit because that's all I fish, and I want to stop doing that. So find your confidence baits, but don't fish them all the time. Branch out and try new lures. Number 4, now you don't have to do this, but I would highly recommend it. Get you a good pair of polarized glasses. These aren't good. These are like $5 ones from Walmart, made by Ozark Trail. I mean, they work. These allow you to see in the water so much more, and they really help in the spring. Number 5, if the bait is not working, switch. I say if you don't have any bites within like 30 minutes or an hour, switch the bait. They don't like it, and you're not going to catch anything on it. I mean, you might, but it's going to take a while. So let's say I'm throwing a yum dinger out or something, and they don't like it. They're not eating it, you know, stuff like that. Then switch, because if you're going to just keep doing it, it's a waste of time, and you're probably not going to catch anything. Switch baits if it's not working. Number 6, don't go nuts. Alright, what I mean by this is if you're going to a Bass Pro, you need one thing: don't buy so much stuff you're going to go bankrupt. Okay, fishing is a very expensive sport and it costs a lot of money. You know, I have a lot of stuff that I don't even use. Like I spent $50 on crankbaits one time at Bass Pro Shops, and I haven't used any of them yet. So, when you're starting out, I'm assuming that you guys are all like starting out watching this video, but when you're starting out, find your confidence baits, buy those, and keep restocking until you want to branch out. Number 7, organization is key. Now, I am a pretty organized person. I keep all my baits separated into Plano boxes, which is pretty simple. But after a trip, you know, bring your rod down, clean it off. If you're a tournament fisherman, unspool the line, I guess. You know, you really need to stay organized, because if you need one bait that you just can't find, then what are you going to do? You know, don't sort the lures by color or whatever. I guess I've never thought about that before. But don't do that. Sort them by bait and season. Number 8, learn how to read the weather. Weather is one of the most important things when out bass fishing or fishing for anything. On a, you know, a 30-degree day, that's not 30. Let's go. It was 90 degrees the day before, and now it's 40. Fishing is going to be really tough. And if it was, you know, 40 that day and it goes up to 90, fishing is going to be tough. Bluebird skies is tough fishing, and you know, sudden cold fronts are tough fishing. Learn how to read the weather. On those days, I highly recommend not going. The good days you want to go when it's a little cloudy but not raining. Maybe just a little drizzle, it's a little bit cloudy with fog on the water. Number 9, learn how to work the water column. Now, I sound like uncut angling when I say this.
Is I am double fisting these rattle baits and focusing on deep water, suspended walleyes. So I'm going to be working the entire water column with these baits.
But I really mean it. You need to learn how to work the column. If you're fishing in 80 feet of water, don't throw a square bill. You know, don't throw a topwater or when you're fishing in 80 feet of water. And if you're fishing in 10 feet of water, don't throw a deep diving crankbait. It just doesn't make any sense, and why would you do it? So if just learn how to read the depths. You don't even have to read the depths. It's pretty obvious. Ponds don't get really deep. If you're fishing a big rocky lake, they get deep. Learn how to read the watercolor. Now, watercolor or water clarity, if you want to sound cooler, I guess, is very important. If it's a very chocolate milk brown, don't throw a, trying to think of an example, a watermelon red, bait. And if it's insanely clear, don't throw black and blue. Black and blue is a great color to stick for murky water, and pumpkin seed or green pumpkin is really great for clear water. Learn the baits that work well in both clarities. 11. Try new baits. My second, or one of the tips, was find confidence baits. Find confidence baits, but make sure they're not the only ones you fish. That's not how you grow. You won't get any better at fishing if you don't try it. Let's say, oh man, we caught 2 fish on Ned rigs and we fished out the rest of the week, and they don't bite anything. But the moment you switch something up, it could be the magic touch, I guess. So try new baits, but don't have 20 confidence baits. Find 3, 4 that really work for you. Number 12. Don't stick to the same pond or lake. This is something that I kind of suffer from. Where we live, there's only 4 ponds around us. It's tricky, but where my dad lives, there's a lot of lakes around us. So I try them all the time. Right now, I'm fishing the same pond since the beginning of 2020 because one of the ponds, they're currently, I believe, draining, but I'm not really sure. The other pond is super milky right now, and the other one is just not as good as it used to be. So, even then, maybe it's just the bait I'm throwing, but don't stick to one pond, try new ones. 13 is pressured ponds. This is going to be our tackle tip video for this week on Tuesday. It's going to be how to fish a pressured pond, but my number 1 rule for pressured ponds, don't throw a 12-inch glide bait. Don't throw huge baits that will scare them or baits that have so much action that they'll get scared. Stick to something simple. Now, this is for you bank fishermen out there, which I'm assuming a lot of you are. I am, so this works for me. Before casting to a pond or walking up to the bank of the pond, make like a cast when you're 15 feet away. There could be some fish still on that shore before you come up and you spook them. So, take a cast and you might get something. 15 applies to your reel. Do not buy a bait caster right away. I would say wait about a year or so, and if you really like fishing and you think you're experienced enough and you've watched a few videos and you've tried it before, buy one. 16, utilize springtime. So if you guys don't know, the springtime is when the bass spawn. They move up shallow and they lay their eggs. Now, it is very easy or very hard to catch these fish in the spawn because sometimes they'll be locked in spawn mode and they won't bite anything, and sometimes they'll just be super aggressive to get something off their bed. This is a time where a lot of baits work. 2 years ago, we caught bass on these baits here. Hold on, let me go grab them. We caught bass on these 2 baits here. This weird split tail thing and this little minnow. Here's the pictures. 17 is something that a lot of people probably should learn. Staying inside watching fishing videos all day, it may give you knowledge, but it won't give you experience, Watching just hours upon hours of fishing videos is not good for you. Go outside and fish. 18. Watching fishing challenge videos is not going to help you. Watching $10 Walmart Dorito worm bass fishing topwater explosion challenge is not going to help you be a better fisherman. Watching, I'm not going to call out any channels here because honestly I like watching them. I think they're entertaining, but they're not going to help you get better at fishing. The channels I would recommend: Fluke Master, Wired 2 Fish, and crap, I wrote it down, hold on. And Tactical Bassin. I'm sorry, you're probably not watching this. I'm sorry. Clear water is one of the most fun things to fish, but you gotta learn how to do it. It could be trickier in that clear water. Throw natural colored baits. Stay away from black and blue, natural colors. If you're throwing a square bill, go for a bluegill one, or something that looks like a bluegill. Something that looks like forage in clear water will catch you fish. Join clubs. Currently, I am in a club, South Fork Fishing. It's just me and my friends. We kind of made it. So I guess it's not really a club, but that's how you meet new people, how you gain a lot more experience. It's just a great thing to be a part of. 21 is have fun. I know it's super generic, but just have fun doing it. Don't just be locked on fishing the entire time. I mean, my best memories with my friends have been while we're out fishing. So don't just go out fishing by yourself all the time. Go with friends and just have fun. 22. Fishing is a gift by nature. So please release your fish if you're not going to eat them. Or release them properly. You know, don't throw them. I mean, sometimes I'll give them a little toss if they're really small. But if it's a fish, usually a pound or above, revive them, make sure they swim off healthy. That's how you grow big ones in that pond. 23, learn the fish. Now I said before, try different ponds, but what I mean by learning the fish is not all bass act the exact same. Bass don't read the textbooks. They don't watch tactical bassing. They all act totally different, and you need to learn that, and you need to learn how to transition from pond to pond and know what they like. 24, fish local tournaments. We have one tournament every year, but too bad it got canceled this year because of the coronavirus. But fish local tournaments, it will teach you a lot, and you might get yourself some money. And our last tip, number 25, sign up for a subscription box. I am currently signed up to Mystery Tackle Box, and I plan to transfer over to Monster Bass next year. No offense to Mystery Tackle Box, I love their stuff, but sometimes they send me stuff that I will probably never use. But no offense to them. Like I was saying, I have the basic box. I think it's like 15 bucks a month, and you can get your first one for like $1. I highly recommend doing this because they send you lures for insanely cheap, and you can try out new stuff. Alright guys, so I hope you did enjoy this video. This was kind of something I thought of last minute because I was out fishing today trying to film and it just started pouring. So I came in here, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later. Tight lines, guys.